Welcome to the George's FTTB YouTube channel. Today we'll discuss how we went for round 17, so should be good. And this week, it was looking like this week was a good week, but could have been a little bit better. Don't want to get greedy, but Dean Cox ultra mega terrorism with the double tag with the Jordan Campbell combo. So gonna have to watch out for those fixtures. So that was bad. Sarong scored 63, Geordie Clark 50, terrible. So that's how it goes. But yeah, it was coming. Both had been in really good form, but it happens. Rank 413, yeah, from 2518. So yeah, happy with the score. Ranks good. 250 away from top 100. So would love a double digit rank, but don't want to get carried away. A few good weeks generally means you're due for a regression week. I think it's not so much what we have. I think it's more what we don't have in, Whitfield's out. Sinclair's been poor the last few weeks. Dale's been tagged and got tagged again, had to play forward because of that. I think Costanzi went to him. So, and yeah, Max Gawn is probably the big one who's been killing us on a weekly basis. Just going at the moment. Few subtons from Gawn, which is nice because it's been in terms of the worst antipods right now all year. If you didn't have Gawn or Sherry, I think that would have been probably the main two really bad ones. I'm not sure there's a mid that's really killing you at the moment. Maybe Andy early on when he was doing 130 might have been annoying, but I think right now the worst antipod I think is Nasiah. He's got Sydney. Could they use Campbell on him? No, Sam Mitchell did say they tried a few things to tag him, but he just kept finding the ball. He gets thrown around like into the midfield or whatever. Just cops for the ball non-stop all day. So yeah, just watching him, it's affecting Sinclair, I think. But whenever they control the ball, it's like, where's Nas? Nas is running into space and getting it. So this is not a fun antipod, I don't think. Last year, the worst antipod was definitely Luke Ryan in the first half of the year. And honestly, without Nas, I kind of feel the same. Not owning Ryan, but I think he's only 50% owned. Nas in the top 50%. And sorry, in the top 1%. So not the worst. I think last year, Ryan was like in the 80s or 90s early season. But yeah, today we'll just look at some ownership stats and stuff. And I think the team's relatively healthy, so our captain was Bont. So I was tossing it between Bont and Sherry, and I was like clicking, waiting for the thing to time out, the lockout, and landed on Bont. So I got 7 points, which you take 7.7 points, whatever. But really, Sherry was the one against English. It's just Sherry went off for HIA, so he really should have been a 150 plus. So yeah, a bit lucky there, but he's all good. And yeah, Gawn has North this week, so needed Sherry to get up for that. $4 for North against Melbourne. That's pretty long. Not saying I'll bet on it, but I'm just saying I thought there'd a bit more respect for North, but I don't know. Anyway, put McKercher back on. So yeah, defense held up. So there's a lot of bad scores in defense. So Clark was the main one, along with Dale and Sinclair. So we only had one of them, which I guess is okay. Don't really see tags coming up. Like Hawthorn, not really expecting a tag there. So Carlton, maybe. Probably not. I don't see any tags here. There might be one out of nowhere from maybe Carlton or something, but I think we should be fine there. I guess it's the same fixture, but any mid tags here. I think we're okay with Sarong. Yeah, we should be fine here. I think we're safe with Sarong. So he's probably a target when he drops in price. He's been in good form, 190 next week if you need someone. Josh Dacus, just annoying pick. Just 95, 95, 98. Yeah, 96, 97. Floor game, ceiling game. It's not a bad, yeah, it's whatever. Sheezel's probably worse given the role. He's got no power in his legs. I think that's what something has felt off with Sheezel all year, even from game one. It's been ineffective relative to what we're used to. Rosie good, and yeah, Nas unreal. Kircher, I think he should be fine. Nothing reported, but did play forward in the last quarter and was doing a bit of work on the bike. Maybe it was a bit sore. I'm not sure. Clark, he's making a bit of money, so we might use it at some point. I'm not sure. So he can just stay there. Hopefully he can get to like 260 or something. Mids are good. So Nick is now M1. So yeah, Nick, Butters, Bond. Probably if doing the ranks, I think early in the year, I didn't release any or anything or do a video, but I had it on a spreadsheet, and I think it was Butters 1, Bont 2, Nick 3. Whatever order it is, who knows. And I guess Nick's averaging a bit less than that, tags and stuff, but on the run home, he's got Gold Coast this week, been given up to mids. Just saw what Merritt did. Oh, maybe a Wagner tag here. Yeah, Richmond. Damn, he wants a Browler. Yeah, not many tags here. Maybe 1, maybe 2 with Melbourne or something. But by then, like, what's the point of Melbourne tagging around 24? Dawson just going. Andy, just going as well. Merritt was good. Now, the concern with Merritt is just the final few games. Mullen, Jordan, Garcia, maybe Bedford, maybe Chincotta, but I'm not sure those two happened. But the other three I'm a little bit worried about. So is Merritt a target this week? Well, if you need someone at 530k, you're most likely going to get a spike game here, I think. So back in full-time mid, so yeah, went 160 on them, 150 and a 160 here. I mean, it's a VC this week, I think. We'll go through what we've got. Caldwell apparently rolled his ankle, according to Brad Scott, but apparently was in a moon boot on 7 News, but I haven't seen it. I've only people have said that in Discord, so nothing. I don't really know exactly what's going on with Caldwell, but we'll do some trade scenarios with that. Just quickly go through the list, really. Sherry Marshall, that's all good. So, yeah, Marshall putting points on Gawn is pretty nice, and we know Marshall's post-buy, this has been enormous. We got him here, but first 3 bad, next 3 good. And this 80 was a 130 DT. Forward line, so yeah, took the 0 with Baz, out with illness, whatever, who knows if he actually was. It's Geelong, but that means you would think, you can't really trade. So I wonder if people did, but forward line held up well. I think Petrarca is probably the most common forward outside of Baz. And I think the turn will come soon. Yeah, Horn Francis got West Coast. I think the turn will come with Horn Francis soon. 440. Yeah. His TOG was really bad I haven't checked his full TOG, but his TOG in the first quarter was 57, which says to me that he's not 100% yet. So I need to see TOG and CBAs up before I go there. That way you'd probably think that the shoulder is better from then. But yeah, Rankin's been one that's been a little bit frustrating, but pretty highly owned, Red. And the forwards aren't doing that well anyway. Jackson with Darcy and the team's probably not going to kill you if you don't have him. It's just the solo games. And then he'll have games where, take contested marks and get heaps of hit advantage depending on the matchup. Kick some goals up forward, but as long as Darcy's in the team, that's going to hurt Jackson's output. So I think we'll be okay without him. But forward line's fine. It's fine. Yeah, Dunkley just sort of going as well. This is where we need Anderson, we need McCluggage and whatnot. Oops. Alright, so say Caldwell's out, which we don't know. We can get someone in any line. 563 is our price. Now, could we use 2 trades and get to Errol, which would be pretty fun. I don't think I want to use 2. Would be nice though. Flex will list everyone, so Gawn into some nice matchups for Gawn. English will gobble him up. West Coast, Marshall. It was a stat on the weekend. Yeah, English and Marshall are the two easiest ruckmen to grab it against, given their probably, yeah, because English not the strongest ruck and Rowan's not the tallest ruck. We're a week off though. Yeah, I would like to grab that. Not much we can do if we need someone this week. Just check the fixture. So Melbourne plays Sunday, which means we won't know how much money he'll lose. Where's McCarthy? Plays last. That's annoying. We'll go through the list. Okay. 720 for Grundy. How has this happened? Got Sherry soon. It's probably no point going there at this point. McLuggage would be nice. Anderson's been good. Does get the odd tag, but yeah, just inside-outside game. Not like... Does all like the scrappy stuff. And uncontested marks. So yeah, he's been pretty good, Anderson. It's interesting, he's doing 114 this year, and when you take it the tags last year, probably did something similar, but yeah, good scorer, old Noah. Liber massive, so he's averaging 114 now as well. And played every game, so can't deny it's been a good pick. Hewitt, like... I don't trust Hewitt. I think he'll be fine, but I don't trust him. I don't want any Carlton players. Can't afford Green. No, can't afford Richards. Why'd I do that? Finn, is that 580? Yeah, can't get him. But Finn's been, yeah, really good. Crazy. I don't want Rao. We are 200. Oh no, we can get that. Could go Lockie Ash. I really hate watching Ash play because I think he's a stat patter. I don't know. I don't think he's close to A. Sinclair's under 500. There's no point with his ownership going there. That's the one, Whitfield. But the only question on Whitfield, well, there's two, is his terrorist coach going to play him forward? And what sort of... How's he going to feel coming back from a concussion, which has made him take an extra week off? And then there's Neil. Alright, let's look at this fixture. I don't think there's a tag here. No Bulldogs tag, no Gold Coast tag, no Collingwood tag. Well, this is bad, Sydney. And there might be Wagner, 22, maybe 23. Probably not, though. I think you can just lock in 22 for Jordan tag there. So one tag. Assuming Chincotta doesn't play. Whitfield or Neil. Both should do 115 plus from here, I think. I think I'd probably take Whitfield. We'll check ownership. A lot of people traded out Neil. Laird's been pretty good, like in terms of scoring. Off no kick-ins, for him to average 100 off no kick-ins is pretty damn good. Not going to go Kennedy, but he's been good. I don't want Luke Ryan. Alright, it's probably Whitfield. I think I like Whitfield here, but if you like someone else, let me know. So didn't realise Freo boys, their run home's not that great in terms of matchups, but tags should be okay. Where's Whitfield? That'll give us money as well. Hopefully Caldwell is okay because he does have Richmond, so hopefully there's just Yeah. I did check this before. Quarter CBAs have dropped. I know he was out for the last 10, 15 minutes or whatever, but it was noticeable throughout the night that he was starting off half forward. 15 minutes. All right, captains. We'll go through ownership quickly. There's a Nick, Bont. Probably just skip this Sherry against Gorn. Probably leave it off the Freo boys for now. Oh, Butters. So Butters captain against West Coast. Boyd plays last, so we can... No problems with the loop there. Or Gross as well we can use. I think it's Merritt into Butters, and that's done. I don't think that's changing. Definitely Merritt into Butters this week, 100%. What do we take with Merritt? I'm tempted to... how's Butters gone against West Coast lately? I swear he's got like a 170 against them. No, he doesn't. This form's terrible. Interesting. Either way, I think we'll go Merritt into Butters. So that's that. So we'll touch on some ownership stats. Okay, so Sherry pretty much in every team. Nick's pretty much every team. Bond's 90%, so pretty much everyone that has like found a way to get him in. So it's almost like these guys, like anyone's 80% above is sort of irrelevant unless we don't have them, which would be just Sinclair. So if he does bad, we probably do good. I think the scores will come back. So at the moment, it's not going to be this much volume to Nas and this little to Sinclair every week. I'd be surprised. So Daniel's sort of an antipod. I don't understand how he's still playing. Darcy's pretty heavily owned. Okay, Nas has gone up in 60% now. Dawson's pretty highly owned. So McRae's up to 52. Interesting. So that's gone up a fair bit. So he's been traded in a lot. Clark 50. Callum 50. Now watching Callum Mills piss me off a little bit in terms of Supercoach scoring. 107. So I felt it's just part of the game, but he just did nothing all game, but he just sat back and chip mark and a few spoils. I'm not sure he intercepted at all. Like safe kicks and bombs, like didn't break any lines, didn't hit any really difficult targets. It's just an annoying game to watch because he's highly owned for cheap, so we need him to do poorly. Chera's an interesting one. Played a little bit in defence, and Carlton are just getting hammered every week. 5.92 now, so I guess I'm pretty happy I traded. I thought about bringing him back in because I think he had a 5 round of like 115 at one point, but yeah, it's just hard to go near anyone at that club. Whitfield 40, it's not that high. Strong 34, Merritt 33. Some probably brought him in this week. Noah's pretty... Actually, 30% for Noah's a lot. Same with Green. Actually, Green, that's lower than I thought for Green. Yeah, Dunkley versus Noah and Green. We're just going to lose most weeks on that one. Neil's 25, so it's... Yeah, pod territory. People have traded out Will. I probably would have just held Will at flex, but... I mean, it's okay. Probably better than a few of my players. Henny's massive pod, but too expensive. So it's Asher, Whitfield, or Neil. I think I'll take the punt on Whitfield. Jack Martin. So this, yeah, I've totally switched off to rookies the last few weeks, but Jack Martin, in his 33 he scored first game. But I think these 3 games here, I think he's had at least 7 marks, at least 7 to 10 marks every game. So he is farming them down back. League I started. How do you go? 40. Would have waited 4 months for a bit of cash. Oh yeah, Stuart had a down one too, but he's pretty lowly owned. If I could get any pod, that's like a reasonable price, and when I say that, I mean like under 600. I'd like McCluggage or Golden, because they're just not that highly owned, and they can probably do 115 for the rest of the season. And yeah, watching Golden as well, he looks like he's beefed up a bit, so yeah, he's going really well. But I think McCluggage probably is safe 115 against Carlton, good matchup as well. Doesn't really get tagged. So I'd like to go there, but I think we'll go Whitfield if Caldwell is out, and that will give us 50k in the bank. So if something goes wrong, got a bit of money to use, but okay, we could actually get nil there if something happens to McKercher. So he's our cheapest player besides the forwards. So forwards, if something goes wrong on the forward line, I think I'll just grab Horn Francis. If something goes wrong with anyone else, we'll grab probably Lockie Neal. But yeah, these 3 trades left. We'll see what happens. If Caldwell's playing, we'll hold. But the fact that he was in a moon boot's a bit of a concern. So he's been sent for scans. That's it from me. It's good to do well this time of year. It'd be nice to do well early though, because then you have to making you run later in the year is fine, but you gotta generally you're making up for early in the year when you're doing well at this point. But if you're doing well early, then you can try and convert into a strong finish. So we had an okay start, but we needed a great start. And did shoot ourselves in the foot a few times with bringing in SDK and Philippou and stuff like that. So, but otherwise, yeah, team's okay. It's not the worst. But yeah, thanks for watching. Leave it at that. And how much is Taru? Just quickly. $209. He was good. I like him. Yeah, he'd be nice as just him or Martin. Probably Martin's got the better role, but he'd be nice to have someone at F7 to deal with stuff like a late out with Baz and stuff. But we'll leave it at that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Projected to 2,500. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. See you guys in the next one.